I'm probably dead. Okay, we're just gonna wait for more people to join us, and we're gonna start the gist. Hey, all right. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna start, and others are gonna join us. This evening, we'll be looking at okay, there's no topic really. We're just gonna gist. I mean, things that have been happening over time around here. Cool, guys. That particular day, I was in the I was in the reception, and I mean, I was dressed beautifully in the reception. You would not even believe that I'm a nurse. So I was there, seated there, looking beautiful, and this couple walked in. Okay, they walked in, but the thing is that I've seen them around before. They came like weeks back for um to run a test, and the test was PT, pregnancy test. So the test shows that or the test showed that the young lady is pregnant. Okay, and I was like, back then when they came, because I was the one that took the vitals and did everything for this young lady, and we did the whole thing, and they left afterwards. So that particular day, I think that was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I can't really remember. They came back. So I was like, oh, maybe they came to get some supplements and all that. So I welcomed them. She saw me and she recognized me. So I gave them a warm welcome and gave them seats to sit down. So I was like, oh, what do you need? You want to see the doctor? Do you have any issues? Da da da. And she was like, nah, no, 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 I don't. We just want to get some drugs. I said, oh, fine, no problem. What drugs do you want to get? Because she said they already, wrote out the drugs for her to get. I was like, cool. Let's see what drugs you're looking for. Then she said, okay. So she brought this name of a drug and handed it over to me. Okay, you should know by now. That was misoprostol. Misoprostol. I saw it, I was like, wait, hold on. What's happening here? I saw the drug, I was like, wait, hold on, what's happening here? Why misoprostol? Why this drug? When I saw the name of the drug, I was like, why does she want to take this drug? I mean, you came here to run a pregnancy test. We ran a pregnancy test for you, and you saw the outcome. So why do you have to come back 2 weeks later for misoprostol? I was in total awe. So I was like, okay, okay, I know what to do. I came back and then I told her that this drug, you need to obtain this drug with doctor's prescription. The part is that she just showed me the name of the drug with their phone, and there was no doctor's prescription. So I had to come back because a nurse is an advocate, and of course, a nurse is for life and not for death, right? So when I came back, I was like, okay, see the deal here. I know you're pregnant. She said, yeah, she's pregnant. I said, okay, why do you want to get rid of the baby? Of course, I was not expecting an answer. I asked, do you know what this drug this drug you want to buy, this drug you want to take from the pharmacy, do you know what this drug is for? She said, yes. I said, wow. I said, okay. And the most wonderful part is that she came with the guy that impregnated her. All right. She came with this man, this guy. I must say guy, not man. So she came with the guy, and I asked them, do you know what this drug, do you know what this drug does? You are pregnant. Do you know what this drug does? They said, yes. I said, okay. Who told you to get this drug? Then the young man said, my sister. I said, cool. I said, cool. I said, okay. I said, because I knew that I saw her about 3 weeks ago, if I am not mistaken. She came for pregnancy test like 3 weeks ago, around January. So when they said yes, that they know what the drug does, I said, okay. I said, okay. Then I asked, so why are you going for this drug? Why exactly are you going for this drug? How many months are you gone? How many months old is this pregnancy? Then she was like, um, oh well, it's not up to 1 month. It's not up to 1 month, just few weeks. Okay, it's just few weeks. I told her, are you sure? She said, I'm not sure. Like she started contemplating, like she started thinking. Her senses were kind of coming back together, and she was like thinking, okay, how many weeks am I gone with this pregnancy? So the boyfriend or the guy or the husband, I don't know, kicked her, kind of, you know, that kind, you know. Okay, Africans will understand better. But like, so I noticed that body language. I was like, wait, hold on here. I said, bro, what is your problem? Allow her to talk. That advocate in me as a nurse just rose over. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? Allow her to talk. I said, sister, I mean, how many weeks are you gone? I went back to her to ask her, how many weeks are you gone? And she was like, okay, the truth is that she don't really know, but seems like it's like 3 weeks. Because initially she said something like 2 weeks or 1 week. I was not really settled with that, so I had to press on, and eventually she said 3 weeks. I said okay. Then she was like unsettled because I told her, in dealing with your patient, you have to be very clear and transparent with this person, especially issues that when you don't let your patient, when you don't let your client know that these are the risks and these are the benefits, even when you're doing birth control and all that, you need to talk about it. You need to talk about it. You need to tell these people that, okay, if you're doing this, it can actually result to death. You need to talk about it. You need to talk about the risk involved. Let this person know that this is what you're going to face if you step into this. So because I had to tell her that, okay, if you're doing this and you're past this week, I'm sorry, but this abortion that you want to commit, that you want to take up, is likely to result to taking your life and taking the life of your baby. I had to tell her. So she was shocked. We were like, oh my God. And she was looking at the guy, for the guy to, the guy was not like looking at her. So she had to ask me, okay, I want to run another test. I want to check, I want to be sure how, how far this baby has gone, right? How many weeks, or if it's up to a month. I want to know, I want to be sure before I do this. Then I was like, great, you can actually do that. So we called the radiographer, and okay, we are gisting, right? We are gisting. We called the radiographer, and of course there is a reason why I'm sharing this story with us, because it is an avenue to also educate us with experiential knowledge. Okay, experiential knowledge to educate us. So if you're joining, welcome, and you can key in. You can also let us know where you're joining from. Okay, so when we called the sonographer came, and then I had to tell the sonographer, what the issue on ground is. So the sonographer was like, okay, if that is it, we can actually check and know how far this baby has gone. Can actually check and know, okay, how old is this baby in your womb right now? So I was like, great. So she was like, how much? The man said, call the price, and she was like, then I was like, wait, I don't understand. But the money was not really much, Money is about tens of thousands, not much, right? I mean, for the situation on ground, not really much. So she was like amazed at the price and was like, oh, this is not something I can actually deal with right now. I was looking at her to make up her mind. So she was like, I had to ask her, when was the last time you saw your menses? When was the last time you saw your period? So she said around January, ending January, last week of January. So I kind of smiled, and then I told her that, okay, if you saw your menses towards the ending of January, then you must understand that this baby is a month plus. And you want to take misoprostol for a baby that is a month plus. Hey, are you serious? Like, do you want to? Do you want to come walk out of this alive or not? So I also had to tell her that if you saw your menses at the last week of January, then it simply means that this baby already is inside your womb even before the day or the week you saw your menses. Yeah. Right, because sometimes when you take in, everybody metabolism and activity does not just stop immediately. When I say metabolism and all that, I mean, you seeing your menses, you may take in this month, you still see your menses this month. Yes, you may take in this particular month, you will still see your menses this particular month, but maybe by next month you are likely not to see your menses anymore. Why? Because even at the point you took in, the hormones that are secreted and that kind of put to stop your menses showing forth and ovulation showing forth, they're kind of, seeping out slowly, slowly, and then putting your body and every other thing in your body to, to that position where it begins to take a new form, right? As now you're a pregnant mama and all that. So when she said that the last time she saw her menses was last January, last week January, I told her, sweetheart, you already took in even before that time. You're saying this is the last time I saw my men. You already took in. I know you don't have money to run this scan and know how old your baby is, but I bet you, you already took in. And she was like looking devastated, but I just had to tell her what the truth is. One of the ethics of nursing is veracity. I just have to be truthful to her, and so I told her, and she was like, oh, well, okay, I'm just gonna see. Now, many of you are gonna be like, okay, what if she took misoprostol? What's gonna happen? What can happen if she took misoprostol when she's about a month plus gone without pregnancy? What is likely to happen? Now, what is going to happen is this: at 1 month plus, almost 2 months now with the pregnancy, the baby has taken a form that misoprostol cannot fully tamper with. That's number one. And if this lady takes misoprostol, the baby is likely to die. True. And of course, because when you take misoprostol, one of the things that misoprostol does, not just to bring about the death of the growing baby, but also to expel it, right? So, but if you take misoprostol at that point in time, where the baby is almost forming and forming and forming, looking like a human, right? If you take misoprostol at that point in time, what's going to happen is this: the baby is likely to die, True. But the whole of the baby will not be expelled. That's another thing. The whole of the baby is not gonna be expelled. And if the whole of the baby is not gonna be expelled, it means that the dead body or the dead remains of the baby is still going to be in your womb, in your uterus. And we know that the uterus is that body that is so jealous. The uterus is a jealous organ. The uterus don't want to share its space compartment with any other thing, even a live baby. Yes, I don't really want to delve into that. So let's just stay on track. Okay. So at that point where there are dead remains of this baby that you already killed with misoprostol, your uterus continues contracting, trying to push this baby out. But since there is no oxytocin, why? Because it is not, you are not due for delivery, and of course your body is not producing oxytocin for anything because you are not at that point where you should deliver your baby. I hope you guys are getting me. So at that point in time, there is no oxytocin to ensure or to engage contraction for actual expulsion. Hmm? The remains of the baby is going to be in the womb of this lady. It's going to be in the wombs of this baby, in the womb of this baby, of this woman. I'm sorry, in the womb of this woman. And what it means is that this remains is number one, is likely to keep decaying in the womb, will continue decaying in the womb, stay in the womb, decay in the womb. Then some other remains or some other dead part of this baby can actually latch on some veins or some artery and begin to take nutrients, begin to take whatever nutrients, blood supply, oxygen from some part of the vein, some part of the artery, and begin to sustain, begin to gain life and sustain. Now, this part of the dead remain of the baby attached to an artery or attached to a vein in the womb of this woman is not going to give rise to any sensible structure. What is going to happen? This part are just going to, or is just going to build up, build up as growth in the womb. So they're going to build up as growth in the womb. Depending on where they are latching, they can build up as growth. So this woman has two troubles now, two problems right now. Number one, in her womb is the remains of dead baby. Dead baby, the remains in her womb. Now these remains are decaying. And of course, there is no expelling power. There is no oxytocin. There is no expelling power to push these things out. So it's going to remain in her womb. And because the uterus does not like foreign body, the uterus is going to keep being irritated. The uterus is going to assume a position of irritation. So this woman is never going to be at peace. Let me put it that way. So it's going to keep experiencing pains in the uterus, in the lower abdomen, the whole of her lower abdomen. If you touch the place, the pelvic region where the womb is located, where the uterus is located, you're going to feel the uterus being so stiff, right? And the next problem, or the second problem that this one is going to be experiencing is she is going to have this growth in different parts of her uterus. And of course, that's not it's not something that keeps you comfortable. Yes. So she has two troubles now. So if this woman goes ahead, this patient of mine that I already gave advice, don't do it, because if you do it, it's gonna happen. Like I stated earlier, before now, it's gonna happen to you, and you are likely to lose your life. And of course, the baby's gonna lose its life. You're likely to lose your life, and that's not a wonderful picture we want here. It's best to give birth to this baby, then take this particular route you want to take, as I told her. If she does not take my advice and goes ahead to take misoprostol, this is definitely going to happen. In fact, there is 80% probability that this is gonna be her fate. This is gonna be her fate. So what am I trying to say in essence? What I'm trying to say in essence is, if you are not ready to engage, or if you're not ready to be a family woman, as they would say, family man, family woman, if you're not ready to be a family woman, try as much as possible to use condoms, use protections when you are engaging in sexual activities, right? If you're not ready to be a family woman and you don't have money to purchase condom, and this guy that is even chasing after you does not have money to purchase condom, ordinary condom, or 500, please, hmm? Tell the person you're not ready. You don't want to have any sexual contact with him, okay, or her, okay, right? So that you don't put yourself in a tight corner where you begin to contemplate, okay, how do I do this, how do I okay, you just push someone's daughter. If you're the man, push someone's daughter to go and commit abortion, or push someone's daughter to give birth to a child, and you leave this lady in the hospital for the nurses and run away. So that what will happen? So we'll take care of the woman and the newborn baby that is obviously yours, but you don't have money, and then you left them in the hospital and ran for your dear life. Who's gonna pay for the hospital bill? Who's gonna take care of this woman after she must have given birth to your child? The country is obviously hard, and I see no reason why people should engage in sexual activity when they are very certain that, okay, I'm not ready to take care of this woman. I'm not ready to take care of this child. If this child eventually shows up, because sometimes we have so much confidence in condom, but condom used to fall our hand sometimes. I mean, there are times like that. Yes, because company error can actually happen. So if you know you're not ready to be committed, as a family man or as a family woman, I beg you, don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Apart from morals, maybe your religion and all that. If you know you're not ready for something, don't start what you cannot finish. If you know you don't have the guts to get into prison, don't go robbing a bank. If you know you don't have the guts to carry a baby for 9 months, don't go messing around. All right, guys. I mean, this is just me, making a statement as a nurse, and of course, making a statement as a human, and of course, making a statement as a psychologist, and above all, making a statement as a sexuality and health practitioner. Sexuality and health nurse here. Okay, once again, I really, really, really appreciate our presence over time. You know, in this channel, this is all about sexuality and health wellness. If you're just joining for the first time, you can check out our page, our channel, and see the wonderful, juicy topics we have over time engaged and is still gonna engage. Subscribe so that you see that one, right? All right, don't forget to like the video, and it is still I, kamsiyonneoma. This is sexuality and health wellness. In this channel, we leave no crumbs behind. We talk about them all, and we leave nothing behind for no man. All right, brethren, I'm gonna see you all in my next video. And of course, the next thing coming up is the interview I had with a very consistent follower and a very consistent ardent follower, consistent follower. Anyhow you want to put it. So I had this interview with him. He had been bugging, me with questions, and I was like, okay, this time around we're gonna have an interview. You're gonna ask her your questions, and it was like, who? He was cool with it, and he asked lots of questions. And of course, in that interview, we had lots of questions to answer with regards to sexuality and health wellness. So you may want to subscribe because on Thursday, the 10th of April, we are going down with the interview. See you at the interview premiere. I love you. Mwah. Okay.